is Coach Janelle CPA. So, hey, welcome everyone. I am back to serve you again with your financial questions, with anything. Listen, this is a great time to get me. And I know that there are a lot of questions out there. And so one question that I've been getting, and I'm just going to go ahead and just go right in, right? This is one question I've been getting from a lot of self-employed entrepreneurs, a lot of independent contractors. How in the world can I apply for the PPP loan, right? So I've been getting this question and they're like, what's this 941? What's a 940? There's all these different types of questions, but let me go ahead and explain a little bit about the PPP loan, right? So that is the Payroll Protection Program. And so let me go ahead and just sort this all out for you, right? So let me speak to the companies that have employees. If you're an LLC, if you're an S Corp, and you actually have payroll in 2019, this is going to be pretty simple for you, because the way to get a report, because they're going to ask for the 941s, the 940s. So this would apply to you. Anybody, any company that has employees that you've actually been putting on payroll, not people you've been paying under the table, right? Not independent contractors. That's another thing. So if you're paying people and not taking out their taxes, as far as like going through the process of having them fill out a W-4, if they are not employees, they do not count, right? We're talking about companies that actually pay employees, the ones that they give out a W-2 at the end of 2019. What you should do is you should definitely try again. I know that a lot of companies, I've talked to a lot of people that have been discouraged of applying for this loan again, because they just seem as though they've had to go through a lot of red tape. But the main thing that I could say is definitely try again. I was listening to one of my fabulous partners in the industry, Coach Michelle, and she applied the first round. And she'll tell you, she said she applied the first round and it seemed like that they gave her the runaround, but then she applied again. And guess what? She ended up getting the loan. So she signed the paperwork and all of that. So the main thing that I could tell you is definitely go ahead and try again. The second thing, now that's for the company. So the way to get those payroll reports is to definitely just go back to your payroll company and ask. A lot of the payroll companies are very gracious. They have reports that are specific to the PPP. So you can actually go back to your payroll provider and ask for those reports and you'll be able to get those. Now, let's talk about the independent contractors. Let's talk about the self-employed, those that have no employees. So here are some common questions that I am getting. They're saying, okay, how do I turn in a 940 and a 941? Well, let me tell you that the 940 and the 941 does not apply to independent contractors or those solopreneurs, right? So what you are going to have to turn in as a single member, if you're a single member LLC that does not have any employees, or if you are just a sole independent contractor, you've been making money, is what they are going to request from you is a Schedule C. And I'm not going to say that everyone is the same across the board, because they're not, but they're going to ask you for that, the Schedule C. What is a Schedule C? Well, if you made some net income, because now this is where it gets a little bit, we couldn't foresee this coming, but I know there's two types of solopreneurs, right? So we have those that have claimed lots and lots of deductions to where it's not showing any net profit. If you don't have any net profit on your Schedule C, and let me go back again and explain what a Schedule C is, because sometimes I can just go in and just talk the language. A Schedule C is something that's filed with your individual tax return if you have 1099 money, if you have a side business or just your own business. That's where the Schedule C will come in, are for the sole proprietors, the self-employed, the independent contractors. If you receive a 1099 in your single member LLC's name, or if you received it in just in your own name. So your name, whatever your legal name. So that's what a Schedule C is. It's basically to file all of your business income that you received last year, minus all of your expenses, your tax deductions that you were able to deduct. That bottom line is called the net profit. That net profit, if it's positive, is added to your income for your taxes. If you've been negative to where you've had a net loss, well, that is going to be subtract from the income that you've made. So for instance, if you have W-2 income, if you have a regular job, a W-2 job, and on the side you have a business, a side hustle, well, if you have a net loss, you can subtract that from your income. Well, the tax people, professionals will do that. If you have any questions, let me know. But anyways, let me go back to the Schedule C. So the Schedule C, if you show that you have a net profit for this past year, for 2019, then you are able to claim some of the PPP loan. So that means that you are going to have to show that you've made a net profit in order for you to qualify to receive the PPP loan. So if you're not able to show on your tax return, on your Schedule C, and you can ask your tax preparer. So if you turned in all of your documentation and you had your tax provider complete your return, you're able to go, you can look back through your files and see the form called a Schedule C. That is what they're mostly going to request if you are a single member LLC with no employees, or if you are an independent contractor. So any questions, if you have any questions, definitely let me know, because I want to make sure to clear this up. So a couple of other questions are, okay, so how much do I get? Well, the thing is what they'll do is they'll take the amount of your payroll in 2019 or your net income, they'll divide it out for 12 months, and then they'll take that average monthly amount and multiply it by 2.5. So for instance, if I made $10,000 worth of net income, or if my, payroll, which is low, if it's $10,000 for the whole year, anyways, if it is, they will, you know what? I should have done 12,000. Yeah, let me do 12,000. My brain was thinking 1,000. I was already to the end goal. And so my brain was thinking, so 12,000. So 12,000 divided by 12 months is $1,000 a month. You're going to take $1,000. You're going to multiply it by 2.5. So once you multiply by 2.5, what does that equal? That equals $2,500 basically. So that's how much that you would qualify to get, is you're going to take the full amount of your net income again, or your full amount of payroll divided by 12 months. And once you divide it over by the course of 12 months, you get that average. Then basically you times it by 2.5, and that is the amount that you qualify for. So here are the things that you can spend it on, right? On qualified business expenses. So for people that have employees, you're going to take that money and you're going to put it back and pay your payroll with it. And they're going to want to see within the next 8 weeks, have you been spending it on payroll? Now, there are other expenses that you can use it for, such as your business utilities. You can use it for your paying rent if you have a commercial lease or any business lease, or if you are have a mortgage. If you own a building, you're able to use it towards those payments. However, let me tell you, the amount that's forgivable is 25% of that. 25% of the mortgage, the utilities, and all the other expenses. Now, if you were to use that amount of money and spend it all on payroll, it will be 100% forgivable. So the extent that you use it to payroll, it should be 100% forgivable. However, if you use it for other business expenses, then only 25% of that amount will be forgivable. So I hope that that answers your questions. I know that there are a lot of questions. Again, let me do a brief recap. If you have employees, go to your payroll company. right? And ask for those reports because the banks will be requesting those reports. Usually whenever you call, most payroll companies, they've been proactive in having these reports readily available so you can log in, or you can call them and they'll be able to provide that information for you. And then where do I go, right? I know people be going to the SBA website. Try at your local bank to see if they have any way that you can apply for it. I know that lots of banks, lots of financial institutions are getting into gear. You've probably been receiving emails. If you are an entrepreneur, I'm sure you've been receiving emails. If you've ever done any financing, hey, guess what? Apply for the PPP loan here. Hey, apply here, apply here. So start at your local bank if you don't know where else to go. Because if you just, I think the first time, whenever you just fill it out, it was just that general information. And then they will tell you to, hey, get access to a bank. So that's the first thing that I will do is just go to your local bank. If you are a solopreneur, if you have no employees and you're like, okay, well, I don't have a 940. You shouldn't have a 940 unless you had employees, right? So what you would do is you have to make sure to file your taxes for last year. So if you file your taxes for the past year in 2019, then you should give not an estimate, but a record of what your income was, what your business income was, what your expenses are, and that bottom line. So that bottom line is what's going to determine how much you'll be able to apply for. And so definitely those are some resources. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Put them down in the comments. Again, I'm here for you all to serve you all. I've been blessed. So I can't sit on information, especially whenever there's, people saying, hey, I have a question about this. Why not share it with people that I know, people that are amazing on this platform. So I hope you all have a great night. And again, level up. I am in a great coaching group and I got this shirt. So anyways, y'all have a blessed night. Yes, check out my website. I have the 6 biggest mistakes that entrepreneurs make dealing with their finances. So you can go there. It's free. It's downloadable and it downloads right to your phone or your device. So I pray you all have a great evening. I will see you tomorrow, Lord willing, and the Lord will will it. I pray. So anyways, talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.